This is The Rusted Willow, and my name is Tammy. And this is where we do high-end DIYs, thrift flips, and trash to treasures. So let's get started. All right, guys, on this project, I have this old, oh gosh, I don't know if it's part of a table leg or what, but I've used it in a couple different DIYs, and I am going to be repurposing now for Christmas. So I am painting this up in Carriage House. It is a fusion color. It's a beautiful fusion color. I just love it. And it goes on so nice and smooth. I also love this zebra brush. It is a triangle brush. And if you haven't tried one of these yet, it cleans up so nice, so easy to clean. Oh my goodness. I just love these brushes. Okay, so I am just giving it a good once over with this Fusion Carriage House paint. And then I'm moving on to this chippy one, and I believe this one came from Hobby Lobby. It looks like Hobby Lobby stickers on there, and I do clean it up. I was just taking the stickers off. You didn't see me clean it, but I know it has all this chippy goodness on there, but I'm not a real big fan of the green and yellow. It was kind of yellowed, so I am just going to go over it with Carriage House again, and we're going to give it a once over, and the top of it did come off. I was trying to pry it off, and anyway, it had like staples in the top, so I did take my wire cutters and pull out all those staples. Now, I've been working on cleaning my craft room and crafting my stash and all of that stuff. So, this stuff has actually been sitting on my desk for quite a while. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start flipping this stuff. This is another little candle holder that I picked up at a thrift store, probably for 59 cents or something like that. Super cheap. I don't know what happened to the top, if I took it apart already or what, but anyway, I don't know. That's how long it's been sitting on my desk. And I'm again giving it a once over on with this Carriage House Fusion paint. Fusion paint is an all-in-one paint, and I actually carry this in my booth at the antique mall that I have my booth in. And anyway, I just love it. Okay, so now I am using the Annie Sloan white wax, and I have used this white wax several times before. And I am going to just wax over these candlesticks, and then I'm going to wipe it back. I do all three, I let it sit for a little while, and then I wipe it back. And you see that little candle holder there? So I found two of those at a thrift store for 49 cents. And then I found a third one at another thrift store for like $1. So I hit the jackpot on those, and they are so beautiful, guys. They look like mercury glass. And after I get them on these little, I don't know what you want to call them, but yeah, I don't know what to call them. Candlesticks, risers, whatever they're called. I don't know. Oh my gosh, they just look gorgeous. Now, I was gonna say that the last project on this video is my favorite, but I don't know. I love how these turned out, especially once I put lights inside of them. So you'll have to see how they turn out at the end. All right, now I've never used this product before. This is an epoxy um adhesive, and I got it at Dollar Tree. I have seen Natalie Callahan from Design to the Nines use it several times, and I thought, you know what? I want to try that. But man, they do not want you to get into it. I struggled with this, and I'm going to show you a little bit of my struggle. I'm like, okay, how do I open this? Okay, do I cut that off? Like, I don't know. And then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I need to read the instructions. But man, I could not get these open. And then once I got them open, it just would not squirt out. I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? So there is a centerpiece that you have to cut out, and you got to cut off the tips. And anyway, it's just kind of a booger to get out. And then once you get it, squirt it out in the little container there. Like, see, I'm struggling. It's not wanting to come out. You stir it together. So you stir it together, and that creates an epoxy. And let me tell you, this stuff sets up very quickly, and it works really, really well. So the next day, I went back to Dollar Tree and I bought several more packages because I thought, oh my gosh, This is like you get just a tiny bit. You don't have to worry about not being able to get the lid off. I mean, you do have to get it open first of all, but I got several of them because they work so well on these candlesticks and marrying the votive cups with the wooden candlesticks. I loved it. I just couldn't believe how well it worked. So that little tiny bit only covered enough for the 2 candlesticks. So for the bigger candlestick, I was like, "Okay, I'm going to use it on this wider one," right? No, couldn't do that. So I got this 3rd one. I'm taking off the stickers, which I don't know why I did that because you can't even see it once I glue it down. And I'm trying to get what's left on there, and I'm like, "Nope, that's not gonna work." So we're gonna move on to this Gorilla Glue. And by the way, I didn't realize that it comes in colors. So I thought I got clear, but it turns out it's white. And I'm like, well, okay, we're just going to go with it because that's what we do here. We just roll with the punches. And I just put it around the sides. And then I'm going to use my little stick and I'm going to spread it around so that I get really good adhesion. Now, the votives are kind of concaved on the middle part. So I only need the adhesive around the edge. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on is just around the edge. And I want to make sure that I don't get too much and I wipe off any extra. That's what I'm doing is wiping off the extra. And I get it centered onto this votive and then I just let it sit. And this also works really well. Um, all 3 of these candlesticks were stuck. I could pick them up by the votives and look at how gorgeous they look. All right, guys, today is Third Thursday Thrift Flips, and our special guest host this month is Leeny from Crafty Leeny. And if you have not visited her channel, you need to go over and check her out because she does amazing. Oh my gosh, if you see her creativity, you will be like, where have I been all this time? And don't forget to go over and visit Elizabeth at Rustic Chicks Designs, and I will have their channels listed down below in my description box as well as the link to the playlist also pinned in my comments. All right, guys, let's get back into these DIYs. Okay, so I have had these little Christmas ornaments in this bucket for a year or more. I believe I used them last year on a tiny tree, but anyway, regardless, they're sitting on my desk, they're taking up space, and I want to get them flipped. So I don't know if you guys know this, but a movie came out recently and pink is all the rage. Now, I did my Christmas tree last year in pink and black. And everybody was like, what in the world? This woman is crazy. Well, pink and black just are gorgeous and classic and timeless, and I love it. So this year, my grandbaby, she has her own little tree in her room, and she is doing a Barbie themed tree. So I am making her a garland to go with her tree. So what I am doing here is I am taking all these little ornaments. I'm clipping off the little nubby that's on the top that holds the little hanger. And then I am using my glue gun to melt a little hole on the opposite side. And it only takes a few seconds. It's super easy. It works like a charm. And I'm just showing you how to do that. Now, I thought I hit record when I was stringing these up, but I guess I must have hit stop instead. And then when I hit stop, I was recording something else. So I'll show you that here in a minute. So anyway, it happens, whatever. Um, we just roll with it, right? There's going to be a lot of rolling with it in this video, let me tell you. Okay, so after I get all the holes melted on one side, then I kind of bunch them together to see how many I have of each, and then I just start creating a pattern and string them onto a piece of jute. I create a little loop at one end, which I will show you in the final reveal because I don't have that footage, but I just create a little loop at one end and start stringing it and create a loop at the other end, and you're done. Anyway, you've seen 1,000 garlands made. You probably don't need to see another one, but anyway. Okay, so this is where I thought I stopped recording, and this is what I recorded instead. So this was the bucket that was sitting on my desk, and it says um, bougie snowballs, I think. Bougie snowballs, $1. I made that last year. So here is the garland that I made and I put together. And this is for my grandbaby for her Barbie tree. So let me know what you think. Didn't it turn out gorgeous? I mean, that pink is just beautiful. And those are Dollar Tree ornaments. All right, guys, today I want to talk to you about my roses. These are Rose Forever. This is a large bouquet in a black velvet holder. I don't know how else to explain it. And you're thinking, Tammy, how do you keep that black holder, that velvet clean, right? Well, I lint roll it, okay? If you know anything about me and my family, we have 2 large German Shepherds, and they do nothing better than shed. I mean, that's all they do. That's the best thing they're best at, shedding. Dog hair is everywhere, all the time. So you can lint roll that and it looks brand new. I use some air duster to keep the roses clean, and try not to touch the petals with your fingers because the oils from your fingers will break down the roses. But other than that, they have stayed gorgeous. I have had these for over a year, and look how gorgeous they look with my simple Christmas decor right here. This is my entryway. I just added a picture and a mirror and a little tree, my roses, done. Simple and cute. How cute is that? So Roses Forever has supplied a coupon code for my viewers. If you would like to order some for your mom or your grandmother or your significant other, they can enjoy year round and for many years to come. Like I said, I have had mine for over a year, and I will supply the coupon code down for you in my description box if you're interested. These are gorgeous. They also have hydrangeas, which I got, I believe, last Mother's Day, I think. So when have you ever bought roses that last a year and a half? Well, in my lifetime, never. Except for now. Rose Forever, not Roses Forever. Rose Forever. Rose Forever. These gorgeous roses. They have all different colors, all different designs, all different containers, so you can pick what best fits your style. So check out my description box for that coupon code if you're interested. All right, guys, let's get back to the video. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you are returning, you know you have my heart, and I appreciate your support so, so much. So very much. I am almost to 17,000 subscribers, and I appreciate you hitting that subscribe button so much. Well, I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm trying to reach 20,000 subscribers before January 1. So if you could please like, share, please hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I would appreciate it. All right, guys, let's get back into the last DIY. Now, this is not necessarily Christmas, but it can be used year round, which is even better. Um, so I'm just checking this out. They had those little brackets there nailed down pretty good, which doesn't even need to be that tight, because this was glued in. The board was glued in. I'm like, what in the heck is going on? I thought it was just stuck, but it was not only glued in, but it was also tacked in by little nails as well. So I take my little wire cutters and I pull all the little tack nails, and then I take this, what's it called? Chisel, and I chisel out the cork board that is glued to the edges, and I just get this all cleaned up. I am going to take off all of the hardware on the back, but here I'm just showing you. I'm just kind of chiseling that away and getting all that off the back. This turns out gorgeous, by the way. So I hope you stay till the end. I hope you go over and visit the playlist. I can't wait to see what people have made and thrifted this month and flipped for Christmas or even every day. We don't have a theme on this playlist because I feel like you never know what you're going to find at a thrift store. It could be well, I don't know. It could be Easter at Christmas time. It could be anything. So, I don't have a theme on this playlist, and Elizabeth and I just flip what we have in our stash or what we've thrifted lately. And this, I think I thrifted it a few months ago, and it was $2.49. I don't know if I showed that at the beginning. Maybe it was $2.99. Anyway, it was super cheap, and it turns out gorgeous. I can't believe how well it turned out, honestly. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, my vision actually came to life and worked out for once." So, on this one, I also had to make a few adjustments and roll with the punches. Um, so now I am just after I got everything all cleaned up and, cleared out, I am taking my Spanish tile oops paint that you guys know I love and use, and once I'm done using my Spanish tile, I'm going to be switching over to Fusion. So I am just trying to get all my other supplies used up before I break into my Fusion because 'cause I'm kind of a craft hoarder, if you've not heard me say that before. I am a craft supply hoarder, so I like to use up other stuff before I open my new stuff. And then the stuff that I really like, I keep and I use other stuff so that I don't use the stuff I really like. I don't know, it makes no sense. I guess it makes sense in my head, but it doesn't make sense when I say it out loud. Hmm. Anyway, does anybody else do that? So I give this a good once over, front, back, sides, everything with the Spanish tile. And I do give it 2 coats of the Spanish tile because I want a nice, good coverage. And I don't change up the look of this very much, but you'll see in the end that I think it just looks just a little bit better. All right, so they definitely don't want you to get into those packages of that cork from Dollar Tree because it's really hard to open. Well, I had trouble anyway. And don't spray your, here I am telling you, don't spray this spray adhesive in your house because you're going to get it all over like I did. And I definitely got it all over. Yeah, take it outside. Do as I say, not as I do. Anyway, it'll save you some cleaning up later. Okay, and I just let it kinda sit and marinate a little bit, and then I didn't get it in the right spot, and then it was stuck, so it's like, "Well, there you go. That's stuck down no matter what." So then I line this one up a little bit better, and then I cut around the edges to, clean it up a little bit because we don't need those square edges, but I need to fill in that space at the top where I messed it up because I didn't put it in the right spot. But that's okay. You're not gonna be able to see this once I get done with this, and I just piece it in so that there's no cork missing, and I was really just trying to cover up the old cork and, freshen it up and give it a little bit more, um, depth because it was pretty, shallow anyway. So then I just put it in there to make sure that it still fits, and it still fits. So then I was like, okay, and that was not my goal was to recork it like that and leave it. I had this plan all along. So I am going to cover it with some material. So I'm taking this batting and I am just cutting around the shape of the cork board. And I cut it pretty close because you don't need any overhang. It's still got to fit inside the frame. And so I actually trim it up a little bit more. I'm just getting the shape out of the way, and then we're going to trim it up just a little bit more after I spray some more adhesive all over my desk and everywhere because it sticks to everything. I stick it on there and then I cut around the edges again to trim it up. And then I get out this really thick, it's thicker than drop cloth. It's more like a duck fabric, which is um, heavy duty canvas, and it's got some wrinkles in it. I did press this several times for quite a long time with my t-shirt press, and it still came out with wrinkles in it. I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me. Like, how will the wrinkles not come out?" Like, I thought I was gonna have to get out my spray starch. But anyway, it's good enough. I got it pretty good. And these are the little pins that come with this. They're little roosters, which I just love. And so now I'm going to be taking my Annie Sloan clear wax, and I'm going to go all over this and clear wax it, because after the clear wax, I'm going to be using black wax. And I think that just brings it to life. So I do wax it all over. And then once I get this all waxed, I wipe it back. So here I am, I'm wiping it back with a t-shirt. Just a soft cloth is all you need. And then I'm trying to find the right brush to go with the black wax. And I thought I was going to use this makeup brush because it's soft, but it was too soft. So I actually end up going in with the stencil brush from the Dollar Tree, and it works pretty darn well, let me tell you. So do you see that shadow already? Like the shadow underneath the little scrolly parts and on the top? Oh my gosh. Okay. So I use the clear wax so that if I got too much black wax, I could wipe it back and maneuver it a little bit. But the clear wax also acts as an eraser if you get too much black wax in one spot. But this brush worked amazing and it was super cheap. And anyway, I think you get two in a pack. So I'm going to continue to use this brush when I have little crevices that I need to get into with black wax. And I tend to keep my brushes. Like I have one for white wax, I have one for clear wax, and I have one for the black wax now. And I just use the same brush each time. So now I am putting on the little picture hanger things to keep it in place and cutting back the material. But then I thought, you know what, that's not going to work. I need to cut the material closer. So what I did was I went around the edges with hot glue to glue it to the actual board and to make sure that it was glued down because I wanted it to be cleaned up. It was just too hard to cut around when it was in the actual frame. So I glue this down. I glue down the bottom first, and then I move to the top so I could get a nice even stretch on this fabric. And you can see the wrinkles there a little bit. So I just continue to glue around the edges and it continues to stick to my table, which is fine. I actually use a giant tile. It's like, I think 24 by 36, and that is what I have on top of my desk, which I love because it's perfect and it looks like marble and it's easy to clean, super easy to clean. Okay, so now once I get that all glued down around the edges, then I just go back and trim it up real good. And I'm going to lay my frame out. I want to put my towels down so that I don't scratch my frame because the wax is still curing. And then I push that into the frame. It's kind of tight. I had to use my hammer in some spots. And then I am cleaning up the back by giving it a good coat of that Spanish tile. And this is what it looks like, guys. Is that not gorgeous? That black wax, oh my gosh, talk about bringing it to life. All right, guys, do not forget to go over and visit Elizabeth's channel at Rustic Chicks Design and Leeny over at Crafty Leeny and the playlist. I will have everyone's channel along with the playlist listed down below in my description box. I hope you enjoyed this video and the thrift flips that I brought to you today. These are the lights that I put into these little candle holders, the mercury glass candle holders. Now you could use colored lights and you could change out the color. These are LED lights that I got from Dollar Tree and they look kind of blue. And I believe it's because of the LED. And then I'm just going to show you these are the other lights that I got from Dollar Tree and they're like the copper wire little and lights and they give it kind of a warm glow. Oh my goodness. Now I could imagine this with red lights or green lights or whatever lights you want. But yeah, They look so nice. And this is my black tree, and oh my goodness, I love, love, love this garland. It turned out so cute, and I know my grandbaby's gonna love it too. I do not have my tree decorated yet. I'm working on that. So here's the garland again. I switched out the lights in the candle holders to the same tube lighting, and my goodness, they just look gorgeous. And with the lights out, so pretty. I love these mercury glass candle holders. Now, my only dilemma is, do I sell them or do I keep them? Because I love them so much. I want to keep them, but I'm probably going to have to end up selling them. I don't know. I just love them. Love them. That's what they look like at night. So let me know what you guys think. Did those turn out gorgeous or what? I'm thinking about maybe adding some black wax to those. I bet they'd be to die for. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great weekend.